Continuing on same TVV, let's move on to the Tactician heroes, the strategy damage class. One thing you'll notice from these tables, the game has clearly leaned much harder into the warrior class. The Tactician and Martial classes have far fewer heroes. For instance, in the Tactician Cavalry line, Season 2 is empty, Season 3 is empty, and Season 5 is empty too. Let's start with strategy-based cavalry. Hannibal, a hero everyone knows, arrives via the wheel in Season 1. Once you've pulled Hannibal from the wheel in Season 1, finishing top 10 in the Valor event gets you Ashoka, and finishing top 100 gets you Justinian, so getting both really depends on a strong Valor placement. Paying players can put this troop together directly, since they can stockpile accelerator packs and comfortably reach top 10 in Valor. Rewards inside that top 10 also shift a lot. First place gets 100 medals, second gets 80, then 60, then 40. So your placement genuinely matters. Naturally, everyone's goal is first place, but for a free-to-play player, cracking the top 10, let alone first, is genuinely tough. That makes this section lean more toward paying players. If you're free to play and still want to build this troop, say you get Hannibal to 4 stars, but can't fully secure Ashoka and Justinian. Maybe Justinian ends up at 2 stars, and Ashoka stays at 0. A spread like 4-2-0 leaves you with a somewhat weak troop. It's still a good troop on paper, but it doesn't really deliver until it's complete. Even so, this trio carries you cleanly through to Season 4. And having a troop that reliably carries you across several seasons is exactly what you want in this game, which is what this one does. Season 4 brings Belisarius, and getting him to 5 stars using the Empire coins you've saved is realistic for nearly everyone, regardless of spending level. If you've been focusing on this troop and holding off for Belisarius since Season 4, you can save your Empire coins through Seasons 2 and 3 and bring him straight to 5 stars. At that point, the troop shifts, Belisarius becomes commander, and Hannibal's role fades, but that doesn't mean skip investing in Hannibal entirely, since you won't know exactly when Belisarius is arriving. You still need a reasonable investment in Hannibal, so the troop isn't left without a commander in the meantime. After Season 4, saving for one more season gets you DJG, a support hero. Genuinely a sweet pickup. DJG arrives in Season 6, and once he does, Justinian gets phased out. The troop then settles into Belisarius, DJG, Ashoka. There's also a hero called Fatih William, but I don't think he's worth it. People often talk up these vault reward heroes, but Fatih William just never impressed me. To sum up Tactician Cavalry, among the strategy-based troops, I'd put Hannibal at best as a 3rd priority. Now let's cover Tactician Sword and Tactician Archer together, since there's a lot of overlap between them. Though some heroes are exclusive too, one or the other, like Sun Tzu, Suleiman the Magnificent, Philip IV, and Queen Sihanouk. Since the game gave both of these troops relatively few heroes, it makes more sense to walk through them together. In Season 1 you can pull Sun Tzu from the wheel and pick up Philip IV to start building the Tactician Sword troop. That said, I wouldn't recommend taking Sun Tzu, spending your Season 1 wheel pull on someone like Attila or Rickard. Instead makes far more sense, since this troop gets completely reshuffled by Season 3 anyway, and you won't end up using either Sun Tzu or Philip IV. Moving into Season 2, Theodora arrives. She drops into the hero expedition, just like Attila did. For 299 gems a week, you get 24 medals, which works out to 100 a month, completing her in about 6 months. You don't need to buy in for all 6 months straight, though, since reaching the Valor event also drops Theodora medals through the side chests, which shortens the timeline. There's a small downside to this troop, though. Dropping Sun Tzu and Philip IV and slotting Theodora in behind them means your troop starts out led by a support hero, which is a bit of a mixed bag. You start investing in support before you even have a real damage dealer like Ramses or Charlemagne in the lineup yet. Also in Season 2, Suleiman the Magnificent arrives, a commander for the Tactician Archer Troop via the Wheel. I think he's normally a strong hero, but since Lebu also arrives that same season in cavalry troops, deal heavy damage to archer troops, Suleiman ends up stuck in a passive role and never really shows what he can do. That's why I don't think Sun Tzu or Suleiman are worth taking for either the sword or archer tactician lines, and I wouldn't put any investment into Philip IV or Queen Sihanouk either. The heroes that actually matter here are Ramses, Charlemagne, Theodora, and Zhuge Liang. In practice, you don't really start building this troop for real until after Season 3 through Season 2. You're just passively developing Theodora in the background, waiting for the pieces to arrive. Season 3 brings Ramses, and he's the one hero in this troop who absolutely needs 5 stars. There's no need to push Charlemagne all the way to 5. He'll carry you for 2 seasons regardless, so 3 stars is enough. Theodora is worth pushing to 5, since she's a genuinely strong support hero. For paying players, getting Ramses to 5 is easy. Charlemagne to 3 is easy for everyone, and getting Theodora to 5 isn't a stretch either. For free-to-play players, 3 stars on Ramses is enough. Charlemagne can stay at 3 as well, and while 5 stars on Theodora is tough, getting her to 3 is realistic. All 3 can be used in either the sword or archer tactician line, but I'd recommend running them as your sword troop specifically. Don't split your investment, just commit to it as sword. Then there's an empty season, which actually works in your favor. The next hero, Zhuge Liang, arrives in Season 5 as a wheel hero, and you can pull him straight away with the Empire coins you've saved. Liang is a must-take, and whoever picks him up should push him to 5 stars, since both his 3-star and 5-star effects are genuinely strong. As you can see, the Tactician class doesn't have a huge roster either, but these 4 heroes, Ramses, Charlemagne, Theodora, and Liang, genuinely come together into a great troop. In the next video, we'll cover the martial class, and then move into the full season-by-season recap of every hero. See you there on Same TVV.